Allow the children
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego politico, my ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, my ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, my ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego die the politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. sùràjù. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Ayé sùràjù. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Ayé sùràjù.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Mayegun live. Thank you very much for joining me, brethren, in the Temple of Truth tonight. Please, after reading the caption of the broadcast, which is probably why you even tune in, to those of you who are not regulars, take your time to read the description of the broadcast as well, because there are more stuffs to be discussed than just the title of the broadcast. They like the broadcast. It is believed that you liking the broadcast gives it an advantage of, appearing on other people's timeline whenever they're on YouTube, especially. So like the broadcast. Then share it. That means you specifically share the broadcast to different platforms that you are very much active, which means other people too can tune in. After all of that, well, you can either sit back, relax, and just listen. Or you can also continue to engage with others, of course, in the comment section, okay? So while I reel out what I have for us this evening, it is the continuation of, the protest by the Retrial gang. They are the supporters or the support base of Martins Otsei, VeryDarkMan, popularly known as a VeryDarkMan. So a lot of you who have been following the story, you probably developed your own different theories on this. But there's a reason why you are watching it on Mayegun's Diary Political. It is because here is a platform, right, where you can actually recognize us as the repository of all that is wrong with data contraption, where it is regularly documented as it affects its victims turn by turn. We have some of you who believe that this is just a pure distraction. You may be right. And then you may be not. So you may not be right. So tonight, we are going to start from what the EFCC put up as their defense and why they kidnapped VeryDarkMan. I don't have to go to different theories that everyone has. Probably bit by bit, I may touch on them. And as relevant to the conversation as possible, right? I'll touch on them. So the EFCC came out and released this statement, which is very much similar to the same one Oyewale, their spokesman, released, or the interview he granted the BBC News or BBC News Pidgin. Yeah. So in their statement, they said the EFCC, in the exercise of its mandate of tackling economic and financial crimes, invited Martins Otsei, owing to a series of petitions bordering on sundry issues of alleged financial crimes raised against him. Did you get that line? The EFCC, according to that paragraph, they are acting on numerous petitions of financial crimes against a VeryDarkMan. absurd. Continue. Said they have invited, he said he refused to show up in spite of several invitations sent to him through his known addresses and medium of communication. The petitions pertain to grave allegations of financial malfeasance, which cannot be ignored by the commission. Financial crimes, financial, to be investigated by the EFCC normally, right? According to their mandates, requires you to have obtained money. Hang on. First, you must have committed a financial crime at on an industrial scale that is considered as financial terrorism. So it is their job to come after you. Then if you have also under this Cybercrime Act or something, right? Or financial crime, I don't know what it's called, right? So under that one, those who are like the internet fraudsters who have obtained money by false pretenses, right, from the foreign victims, the EFCC also can come after you. But if anybody somehow says you obtained money from them, again, you obtained money from them by wrong or with wrong pretense. That means you lied to them and you took money from them, you scammed them, right? So I think the first point of call would be the police, or maybe if the money is that massive, then you go to the, I believe, the EFCC. So when they, in that statement, when they said financial crimes, so you can possibly picture what kind of that financial crime, and then from who and who, which means some people said they had financial deal with him in which he kind of like cheated them or so. I mean, I'm just building a case here because it doesn't make any sense. And Nigeria stuff doesn't really have to make any sense. So some people reported to them. That's the point. They reported, which means they wrote petitions. Then in that part where they say malfeasance, malfeasance means to plunder money, squander it. Do you understand? Like, okay, you are in charge of a particular trust, and then you blow the money. Like anyhow, that's my own understanding of that, okay? So again, this is just trying to build something out of what they put out, why they had to abduct him, okay? So they said they've invited him, he did not show up, okay? And they said it is needful to admit that the commission is aware of several unguided attacks of the suspects, and the conduct, and the conduct is condemnable. That's what they actually put there. Hang on, let me see if I can remove the cover. So against his operation, why such conduct is condemnable? His arrest was not informed by such attacks. Hang on. So this is them saying, oh, we didn't. No, we didn't kidnap him because he said things which they called attacks because he attacked us. No, that's not why we picked him up. We picked him up because he has committed a crime, like a crime, due to the petition some people sent to them. This is the EFCC defense, okay? Now they went on to write, the EFCC was a lawful. So the EFCC has a lawful right to hold Otsei in custody like any other suspects being investigated by the commission. The appropriate remand order was obtained in this regard. From who? And who granted that? What was that they presented to that court that granted the detention order? I haven't seen anything like that, but of course it can be manufactured, right? Here you go. So he has been offered an administrative bail and will be released after fulfilling all the bail conditions. So this is the EFCC saying, well, we may not have told you everything going on. Yes, we use DSS to kidnap him. Yeah, because the DSS are also looking for him too. But we are looking for him. So we had to tell the DSS to give him to us. Now, that's not part of the statement, but that's part of the information out there, right? That those who kidnapped him in front of the bank, they were DSS, the ones demanding for the to unlock his phone, right? And then they took them away. So it is kind of said that the DSS too say they are looking for him. But because the EFCC have been looking for him, in their own statement, they've stated it, right? They didn't know it. So they had to ask the DSS to give him to them first. So within that time, which started from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't know if there was any court that kind of like operated. But according to these guys, they got a court order to detain him. And they've granted him administrative bail too in that statement. I haven't heard that from Deji. Deji is his lawyer, Deji Adeyanju Chamber, right? And the last time the supposed Deji's chamber representative was with these EFCC guys, right? VeryDarkMan was said to have refused to see anybody, rejected to accept or welcome any visitor. So which means, from my own understanding, right, he's got no real legal representation or whatsoever in all of this. But somehow, the agency says they have granted him bail. Did they just verbally communicated that to him? Because we haven't seen anything like that out there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is us just treating what the EFCC said. We are still going into the details of all, right, that happened today. So EFCC, they said their commission appreciates the interest of Nigerians in its operations, the passion, the enthusiasm, and the torrential reactions to all of its activities are welcome. Rubbish. However, insinuations about its motive in carrying out its assignment should no longer continue. Right. The EFCC should be allowed to do its job without fear of favor as soon as investigations are concluded. You hear that? As soon as investigations are concluded, charges will be filed. That is the conclusion of what the EFCC put out there. Meaning, again, they got petition. No, initially they said they arrested him for financial crimes. All right. Then they said, due to some petitions submitted by some people, several petitions submitted by some people, bordering on financial malfeasance. So now that they didn't investigate whether it's real or not, right? They haven't done their investigation. They were supposed to have done their investigation, okay? To say, oh, hang on, we have the evidence of all this stuff and we need you to come and. So now that you didn't honor their invitation, right? Now, some of you will say, oh, they have the evidence, they invited him and he didn't show up, right? Now, they have him kidnapped in their custody. But guess what? They have not concluded the investigation that he has committed any crime that will bring about any charges. So that's how they operate, right? So right now they've given him an administrative bail that we have no idea of what it is or wasn't it, right? But for those of you who have somehow been convinced that this is possibly a distraction, you see, I have heard people who have said Nigerians are pretty much individualistic, and it's more or less like everyone for himself. And if you have a base, then you are possibly the only thing that matters to them. Like if you can see all the groups all the groups you have in Nigeria currently, like, up in arms against the establishment, and why the establishment itself is also up and in armor against you, right? So when people say that, some people said, maybe you are one of them, it's been said on this platform as well, but I've been thinking about it, okay? To those of you who believe that, you see, these guys were supposed to be fighting. I mean, they are not out there mobilizing themselves to fight for good governance, like face the criminals in charge of Nigeria right now, like mobilize en masse. and demand for a better, kind of like a better life, and get it, not just come together and I get you. But here is something. Because it got me thinking, I won't lie. I've been like, oh, that sounds true as well. Like, oh, you see, every time people are angry and they are talking about what about what is going on in Nigeria, suddenly they will just bring this very dark man, or they will just bring something to distract them. And guess what? A lot of people actually agrees that, oh, that's true. That is true. Every time. Now government, they work for government. Look at this. Every time people are trying to say, oh, they want to do something, oh, will just say, hey, oh, I'm choosing a date for a protest. I'm choosing a date for this. So there are many of you, like genuinely, who are convinced that these guys are being used by APC, Ebekebe, to distract Nigerians. A lot of people have also given other excuses, like, oh, BB Nigeria is always distracting them. Don't mind them. They will never come out and shaking it. You know what I mean? Like, they will never come out. When you tell them to come out, they won't come out. Now, BB Nigeria, they go to discuss. Very useless, this and that. Okay. I'm saying all of this because there are many of you that strongly, and I don't know, and I'm not trying to convince you to change your mind, though. Don't get me wrong. No. There's something I want to say. Maybe you too, it can get you, it can also get you thinking, because it got me thinking, right? And I was like, hang on. You know, say Nigerians love to give excuses, right? For example, we have had people who have actually stood in front of gun-wielding, uniform-wearing terrorists called Nigerian police and Nigerian army. We have had instances, we have had series of, heroic moments where people have stood in front of the people that are going to kill them in Nigeria. And indeed they've been killed. We have seen that. But what broke most of those sacrifices is because the sustenance of such kind of like outing. So we've had people who have stood out and, but in it all, when we talk about being distracted, APC is distracting everybody. For example, electricity bill is coming up, right? It's going to go up again. Okay, so now they are talking about this very dark man. Meanwhile, they are going to increase electricity tariff by 50%. Now, here are my posters, okay? And you too can probably go and think about it. Was there any time that in Nigeria, North and South, the Nigerians came out in their millions against any policy, as always, right? Their policies against all the policies that have kind of like worked against you in the last 10 years, put it that way. That when you are about to come out like this, when you are out like this, demanding, now so they go bring BB Nigeria and everybody will just go back home. And see me, I want to go and watch BB Nigeria. I'm not doing protest again. Have you ever had anything like that? Because it's so convenient, right? It is convenient to excuse the reason why Nigerians can't come out to face their criminals is because they are distracted. Easy. Yeah? But there's never any time. The only time in the last 10 years that the establishment shook was the NSAS, but it was not sustained. I'm not blaming anyone. Let's give it up for those who actually stood. For millions of others who had the chance of standing with them, but they were not there. They were either on the other side, encouraging the establishment to slaughter them, kill all of them. Just idiots, useless people. But there was never a time that you have, when they removed subsidy and your world turned upside down under Thiefnubu, you didn't come out to demand that, no, this will not stand. No, there's nothing like that. Even for a few people that came out, you know the story. They've made different policies that should ordinarily have sent all these criminals on the run in Nigeria. Well, how did they manage to escape all of that? Because everyone will just look for the reasons why they won't be challenging them. Is either, you know me, I'm not going to, I'm a Yoruba man, I can't challenge another Yoruba. So if I can't challenge a Yoruba man now, so is it the Igbo man that will now be there? Abi is it Hausa man? Oh, I'm not. Oh, they told me in my church that this year, God won't answer all my prayers. So you won't make her go protest. Let her come shoot me, make her come die. Baba, no. But whenever they says, they use all this showore to distract Nigerians from fighting for their rights. And then you say, yes, so my brother, it's true. I agree. I'm like, what are you agreeing to? Yeah? You've never agreed on anything to say you want to fight for your real right. Everybody is just calling on everybody. And instead of people to come out, see, instead of people to stand up, the person who is saying that instead of everybody to stand up is seated. Though. In fact, he's lying down under his couch. I mean, under his duvet, typing. Nigerians, I don't understand. Instead of all of us to come together, yeah? I'm saying this because, like I said, I am not trying to say you are wrong, because I don't know everything myself. I'm just saying that if you come to think of it, there was never a time you really agreed to anything. Even the answers we are talking about is only in the southern Nigeria. The other part of Nigeria, northern Nigeria, you know what happened now? There was never coercion. There was never a time. So, but we need that. I agree that we do. And because of that, we cannot continue to justify injustice against people that are doing little in their own little space, even if we don't like how they are doing it. Do you understand? Because if you look around, you realize that the passion at which Nigerians want everyone speaking up against government, right, to be dealt with is like unbelievable. They will look at those who are standing up to their government. They wish them all kinds of evil you can think of. But when they meet those who put them in that sorry state, right, they're always so willing to share them on, try to have a selfie and all that. So in my own kind of, my own way, right? For those of you probably seeing me for the first time or maybe second time or because of all this, right, is that I know that contraption is a disjointed lie. I mean, a disjointed sort of like a contraption, right? And whose the entire sort of like reality is a lie. So, and I believe that a system that is like that will create enough rebellious people within its geographical space. It's just going to be a matter of time, because as much as they are managing to continue to socially engineer and condition some mugus in that same space, in reality, when the shege touches enough of us, right, to become rebellious enough in whatever kind of like mission you want to choose, at the end of the day, we are all going to probably be together in the same camp, understanding that the only common enemy we have are those who have sworn to make our lives worthless, as they are currently doing. So, for every fight, whether you are the Shiite, you're my friend. Whether you are the revolution now, in that your small space, so I am for you. Whether you're for the Yoruba nation as I am, we will be friends. Or if you are a Biafran demanding for the Republic of Biafra, that's a fight. You are my friend. So whether you are now like we have there, or the big one there, right? What do you call them? The obedient, the active one in their one Nigeria. This, you see, the point is that at the end of the day, we are all going to agree that this system is like a weapon fashioned against us. And the earlier it is completely extinguished, the better for the rest of us. If we can't do it for ourselves, we would have to do it for our children. First, by realizing the lie. I know a lot of you still believe in the lie, unfortunately, but with what APC, Ebekebe have done so far, Even if you are an hypocrite, it's a matter of time before you know your place in the entire contraption. So this evening, I'm going to take you back to the street where they have now extended. You see why this, I'll tell you two things. You see, when people come out like this to express their displeasure about anything at all, like miscarriage of justice and all that, they may be little, they may be large. It is how that is managed by both sides that will determine what will be the end goal. In what you have in Nigeria right now, that a lot of people they are now realizing that you don't have democracy. What you have is autocracy, militocracy. So it's going to be a matter of time before you begin to challenge and say, you know what? If people who disagrees or who have been managing or sort of like coping with all sort of injustice, or this, whether they are a group of people, whether they are like a demography of young people, whether they are a group, a tribe or ethnic nationality and the rest of that. So it is how they manage it. But with the way, like I said, with the way these guys are going, where they believe that they can get away with anything and nobody will hold them to anything, shoot you, will kill you. One day, someday, one of them will be mismanaged. And like you have seen worse, that will likely be next to nothing to what you have seen. And that may be the last stroke that will break the camel's back. And I want to keep record of everything until that time. Because we believe that a system like this, the arrogance of those in charge of it, is enough to self-destruct. It's just a matter of time, right? So I'll take you back to the streets, starting from those who have spoken, especially after the EFCC statements, right? Before and after, and then the protests that followed. This time, not just in Abuja, partly in Lagos, they were there in Calabar, and we saw them in Portharcourt. I'll take you to all of that. It's a tour, and it's a long one. Come with me. Is how he said, like, come with me.
Yeah, EFCC don't talk, oh. EFCC don't talk. Say, very dark man, arrested over multiple. Well, just got back from work, seeing EFCC. I finally said very dark man is with them, answering multiple petitions against him. So, well, it is normal for EFCC to call any of us to come and answer petition. This is what we have been shouting and crying for since Friday. Thank God they've done the needful by coming out to say he is with them, and they have few petitions against him. So we await and see how they they come with their investigation. So it's allowed. They can arrest anybody, including me, anybody. But at least now they are talking. They are out to tell us it's with them. So EFCC, thank you for talking. I will be patiently waiting. And I think I heard that you guys will give him bail today or tomorrow, or he's about to perfect his bail. So there's no point we protesting again tomorrow, because what we are asking for is for them to come out and release statements. And they've done the needful. So I won't be out again tomorrow, since they have done what we want them to do. I want them to do, which is to come out and tell us very dark man is with us. God bless Nigeria. And listen, it is looking like people that fought Abuja that said no, we must go back to democracy, are now the one in custody of that democracy that they fought for. And look at the way they are doing their own democracy now. What's the difference between Abuja time and this time? Can you arrest someone in a gangster way? It is not good. It is not done. Anyway, there was a country I will advise you to stay home tomorrow and we wait. They said they are working on his bail, or they are going to charge him to court. So we see how that... Anyway, thank you all. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. No retreat, no surrender. Anywhere you see injustice, you must talk. Have a good night.
I am a Rivertoda. EFCC. Release my brother, VeryDarkMan. Release VeryDarkMan right now. If I be a man of God, VeryDarkMan, may you be released. I pray for you right now. Wherever you are, VeryDarkMan, come out. Come out.
EFCC just released a press statement today saying that they invited VeryDarkMan and VeryDarkMan refused to go, and that's the reason why they arrested him. Okay, so we want to believe what EFCC has just said. We strongly, in fact, I personally want to believe it. However, I want to believe it with proof. I want to believe it with evidence. Show us like evidence that you invited this young man and this young man refused to go. I mean, if he has done something and you want to do your work, we'll wait for you to do your work. Yeah, that is the law. We'll wait for you to do your work. We're not saying you took our president or you took the right. Show us say you actually invite him, and that's the reason why you arrested him. Show us evidence. Because if there are mails you sent to him, you still have copies of the mail. If you sent him a courier, then the courier company must have signed it up, and you have copies of that invitation. It's dated, and the courier company, let's see evidence that you actually sent this mail, and don't just come up with things. I mean, we know this Nigeria, and we are waiting for this evidence. Please show us the real evidence, because we really want to go back to doing our business. We want to go back to living our life normally. We want to go back to having hope that one day this country is going to be better and things are going to start working. We want to go back to suffering and having hope. We want to go back to that. But until we know that the voice that we have, until we know that the voice that we have, the only voice we have that is speaking.
We are not criminals. We only came peacefully. Why are you people so much? We did not come for fights. Why are they carrying animals for us? Why are they carrying dogs? They don't even they pour us tear gas. Why are they pouring tear gas? Why would they pour tear gas? Enough is enough. Why the tear gas?
He is the voice of the voiceless. EFCC free VeryDarkMan for all.
Same right bandit, give it to us. When we arrest bandits, immediately we release bandits. Give us that right. Or give us that DGM, EFCC. We are arrested bandits.
Okay. Free DGM. Okay. Another here. Okay. Let's start one play. Okay. Give us DGM. Free DGM.
Location flyover Portharcourt. Location flyover 9 a.m. in the morning. Our voices must be heard. You have no excuse. Remember, I'm not heard you, but I have no option. You need to speak out, not just for BDM, but for the youths out there, for the right of all youths.
Portharcourt people are all out.
all out to say free VDM now, and let's have our peace. Portharcourt people are all out. Influencers, celebrities are all out. That is the very white man, or the very fair man out there. And you have other influencers here that are saying enough is enough to the EFCC, enough is enough to the law enforcement. You must free the voice of the people. VDM. Martins Otsei, VeryDarkMan. You must free VDM. You understand? So
now, that was just at the start. Even this, I don't even know if I should say bros or auntie, told the EFCC to release VDM for them and take Yeyebelu and Akpabiole.
Free VeryDarkMan, we don't agree. Take Akpabio, give us VeryDarkMan, take Thiefnubu, give us VeryDarkMan, take Akpabio, give us VeryDarkMan, take Okowana. Free VeryDarkMan, we don't agree. Take Akpabio, give us VeryDarkMan, take Thiefnubu, give us VeryDarkMan, take Akpabio, give us VeryDarkMan, take Okowana. Free VeryDarkMan.
Now, just like Mark Angel said in that clip, if you actually invited him, there will be, if you had any correspondence with him, right, there will be evidence of that correspondence. Just like I said, that you can't take the word of the rogues in the EFCC as truth. They said similar thing yesterday, they debunked it, then today they repeated the same thing. Maybe they will change it tomorrow. So there must be evidence of them inviting him, whether text messages, whether it was, a postal delivery, or even an email, or even, what do you call it, WhatsApp message. I mean, like, there should be something, a receipt of that. Anyway, there is a part where a lot of people are saying, because they have been to the Human Rights Commission headquarters, Abuja. They have been in front of the GT Co. I didn't even know that you've changed that from GT Bank to GT Co. What does that even mean? Guarantee Trust Company. I mean, what? You know, why they, okay, that's on me. I should have checked. But anyway, I saw that and I was like, GT Co. So they were there. As much as others who can be physically present in demanding for his release, others are protesting. Yeah, those ones are protesting online to also close their banking relationship with GTB. There are those who are saying that none of this has been taken to the front of the same EFCC. I said something about the angry population segmented into different kinds of groups and have different sort of like a driving motivation for why they are in that category of groups, right? So one thing I have noticed is that to those who have been paying attention, like myself, okay, if you have been paying attention, VeryDarkMan was supposed to just be a social media guy, social media that some said is not real life. So I saw a video where one guy, I think that one is his critic, you know, it's like his #1 critic. They call him G1. Okay. So that one said that VeryDarkMan have millions of followers that he sort of like a tweet to, speak to every now and then. And this is Retrial followers, young and old, will do anything he asks them to do. So now that the VeryDarkMan is in EFCC detention, how come that they cannot pull more than the number they have pulled so far? Right? That was what that one said. And I know maybe some of you probably feel same. So, right? Okay. So the reason why I said that, since we have all been segmented and we all have a stone to grind. There are those who have stones to grind, and that stone is that this establishment must fall, but they are still pro-Nigeria, one Nigerianist. There are those who have stones to grind that their own offer is let everybody go their separate ways. Everybody shall have their own stones to grind. Now, any group, okay, like this very dark man that put this kind of like presence, and it's like the talk of everywhere as well, as much as some of you won't like it, okay? So let's say something happened that they mismanaged the whole process and they shoot 2 or 3 of them. Because it's Nigeria, don't think it's not possible. It is. That is how things can escalate. That's what I meant by both sides. First, the establishment, the trigger-happy criminals in uniform in Nigeria, right? As well as the already bullied, impoverished, traumatized citizens who are every day seeing that their supposed rights under democracy don't even exist. And somehow they are going to revolt. It's just a matter of time. So now, if that time is now or next, okay, that something happened, either something happened to him, very dark man, that he got escalated, as some will say, nothing will happen, like if he die, nothing will. I say, okay, like Nnamdi Kanu, let something happen to them and see what that response will be. For every action, there will always be like is it called the opposite, or contrary reaction or something, which is going to be stronger, right? So in this case, if this is it, and they mismanage it, and something happens, and that's it. Don't compare anything at all that will trigger the destruction of the establishment, the APC, and I'm talking about the establishment, which is not just the APC. Anything can happen, and when it does, it will consume them. So when gatherings like this that are considered, peaceful, turn violence, where they start using lethal weapons to shoot at them, do you know anything can happen after that? That's why you may not like them, but this way, they can also change everything too. Or maybe not. Now let's go back to that street. Here, on the other side.
I can't even sleep because of video.
Until they release VeryDarkMan, they no go stop.
You no go stop because it's not only about VeryDarkMan. It's about you. Yes. You understand? Yeah. Like this now. They did carry me.
They are carrying me. Not be the feet.
That's stop and now. You understand?
Yes.
Stop and now. Okay. Even as I did like this, I was supposed to be detained like 2 months, 1 month ago. You understand? I know how much VeryDarkMan for that. I know what he means. So for me to come up for that place, I supposed to detain me. You understand? For 1 or 2 days.
See, one thing you guys don't know is that the more you pick him, the more stronger he becomes. We're not fit do anything. You don't understand?
It's our voice. Give us our voice.
Give us back.
Give us back our voice.
If something happen to me, only me not fit talk. Very dark man they talk. Thiefnubu they listen. Come on. This they play. Do we look like jokers in this country? In they come? Men come now.
Is it?
Men come now. No, men come now. You go talk whether is this place bad. Give me all these things, John.
Free VPN.
Which one? We dey inside your bank.
Free VPN.
Free VDM. Knock me picture.
You don't know where bank.
Knock me picture.
No. You don't know where bank.
The guy advice and the other one not advice and then go back. Knock me picture.
That road we dey. Every time you like work, but na better work.
Free video. Free video.
Don't knock me picture.
Free him. ASAP. Take the higher bello.
Yes, sir.
Take
Take the former EFCC chairman. Take the former EFCC chairman. Bring back VDM. This is not the cause of the problem in this country. Onions cost, not be VDM increase. Bam! We not be by this thing, not be VDM cost. Bam! Things cost, we not be afford them. Now VDM cost. No. Where they increase the VDM cost. No. Una dey thief money na VDM thief am? No. So why you dey catch her? Free VDM now. See our mother, see them for market. Yeah, this one they sleep. Country bad. Very, very bad. Country bad. You look into Nigeria problem, not VDM. Come and sell your market. If you don't release VeryDarkMan. Chai! Oh! I go now. Oh! I go now. Oh! VeryDarkMan now, our personal. Yeah! If not. People for market everywhere. Free VeryDarkMan. No. Free VeryDarkMan. VeryDarkMan is not the cause of the problem of this country. Focus on the cause.
Free the voice of the homeless. Free the voice of the voiceless.
Leave VeryDarkMan now. Yes, sir. No. Yes, sir. Come and see him.
That's how those ones are running DS. Also, this guy, Nas Boy, I don't know if you would know him. Some of you would, right? So he has also added his own piece. This time, it's like a solo drive, to say, man, when is everyone, especially the young people, are going to understand that Nigeria, the owners of Nigeria, you call them, right? They are the weapons fashioned against you. They don't care. And the oppression, right, doesn't spare you. Even if you think you are, what they call themselves in that place there, celebrities. Nas Boy.
Hey guys, what's good? I'm here to talk about VDM. If you don't like it, scroll. Thank you. Let's talk about how VDM was arrested a couple of days ago. I think it was on a Friday, I guess. I hear rumors. I go speak pidgin English. I go to mix up. VDM was arrested on his way out of a bank. I don't even think that was an arrest. To me, a kidnap be that, because then cover him face. And the last I checked, the least that I know, VDM is not a criminal. No be like say we hear say VDM thief money or something, right? It's okay to arrest VDM if VDM is wrong. I mean, serve him a warrant, invite him,
do it the proper way.
Do it the proper way. Now VDM was arrested. I personally think EFCC doesn't owe us an explanation, owe the public an explanation. You know why? Because VDM doesn't owe a public office, or VDM is not a politician. But EFCC, what about his family members? His brother, his friends came to where you guys held VDM. They came there. Una no let them see VDM. Una no tell them why una arrest VDM. The regular Nigeria, we are fond of keeping quiet. That's what we know how to do. You know why? Because we are cowards, including me. Right? We will never speak. I didn't used to like VDM. I did not used to like VDM. But guess what? I am a VDM fan, because VDM is courageous. VDM is very brave. A lot of things where VDM they do, if you no sit well with me, if you no sit well with you. But at the end of the day, maybe everybody likes Jesus Christ as Christians.
True.
Right? I honestly think VDM is a necessity. With a country where we say some time ago, I could remember when they told us that $40 million be miss, na snake swallow am. What happened? Nobody said anything. We all kept quiet. We all kept quiet. Me, you, every other person. In fact, when these posts were on blogs, what were we doing? We were laughing and catching crews. But there's a VDM who would speak about these things confidently. But then you don't like him because he might have dragged your favorite celebrity. I had that sentiment too. There was someone that I liked that he was dragging. I didn't really like it. But at the end of the day, let's look at what VDM has done for the society. Same VDM guy is the guy who has recovered money for people. VDM has helped a lot of businesses. Me and you know, say we come from a country where we say, if person will rich, carry person with they poor, go police station. The person with they poor, feel no stand chance to win the case. But here is a VDM that has recovered several. VDM don't help a lot of people. I can attest, you when you like him, fear attest. Like I said, it's okay not to like him, but be reminded that this is VDM. Now VDM get this issue today, right? Tomorrow, if he be your brother, you can easily say, no, it can never be my brother. My brother does not do crime. My brother does not do anything. But the truth be say, I come from country where we say innocent people, they sell. Innocent people don't die.
Facts.
Innocent people, they prison for waiting they no do.
Facts.
So if it be you tomorrow, and if it can't be you, you see the way we stand for VDM. One voice, right? If it be saying now you, we go stand for. As a day like this, if it be me, we go enter trouble tomorrow. And I know, say, if we gather stand for VDM today, now so we fit gather, they stand for another person. You want to know the good things VDM has done? Aside recovering money and calling out politicians that me and you cannot call out because we are scared, VDM does that. Right? Now for on our front, where VDM gather some money, we see the, what's it called, the boreholes VDM use and build. We see a lot of things that the young man does. Like I said, it's okay not to like him, but you cannot deny the fact that he has done a lot of good. I didn't used to like VDM too, right? But I bring him down. I get to understand, say, this guy, they speak for us. VDM know they speak for Mbele now at the end of the day. Because how we will be influencers, they make money. We they make money when we advertise. We they make money from, you know how we they make our own money. But VDM doesn't advertise. So no be like saying Mbele we they fight for. VDM they fight for us. At the end of the day, you go comment, insult me, curse me, but I am speaking the truth. My truth might not be your truth at the end of the day, Sha. So if you still go ahead and insult me. So if you get platform, post the guy. Ask questions to why he's being arrested. Like I said, if EFCC does not owe us explanation, they owe his family explanations. So if they don't explain, give him family go come explain to us, we value him. It could be you tomorrow. Say something. Get the way that they talking for Igbo. If you see something, say something. I have decided not to keep quiet, right? Because a lot of them don't even know. VDM is my guy. You understand? I respect him. He respect me too. So I go make sure say I talk, right? Because I respect the guy and I respect what the guy they stand for. Not be everything they sit well with me, but I cannot deny the fact that he's doing an amazing job, right? Obviously, the politicians will not like him. Why should they like him? He's standing up for the truth. He's standing against them. They will not like him. They don't like us when we stand against them, right? VDM is standing for all of us. Please, please, I beg you guys in the name of God. I am not forcing you to use your platform. No, nobody forced me to.
It's fine. Don't worry. Nice boy. You don't have to like him. But there's this saying that they came for the communists. I didn't care because I wasn't a communist. They came for the socialists. I didn't care because I wasn't a socialist. And they came for the Jews. I didn't care because I'm not a Jew. They came for the Muslims. I looked away because I'm not a Muslim. They came for the Christians. I turned my head because I'm not a Christian. Then they came for me. Guess what? There was nobody to speak for me. That is the concept of when you see something, say something. It doesn't matter if you are not in bed. When you see injustice, don't keep it to yourself. Don't say, I mean, it deserves it. It should, you know. No. I don't think anybody deserves that kind of injustice. And, you know, to justify that they deserve it, then we have to create a conspiracy theories, right? Even if we don't have any evidence. You know, that's one thing I love about the Cham. Cham will say, I have it. I don't have evidence, but my gut tells me this. I say, well, fair enough. It's better than somebody who would tell you that I have this. I know what I'm saying. I have evidence when you don't. Injustice against anyone is injustice against everyone. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Now back to the streets, where his own supporters making these demands.
Oh yeah, now. Let's go there.
We are outside for VDM 100.
Oh yeah, now. Let's calm down. And let's clear the road. Let's clear the road. Let's be organized. Yes. Let's be organized.
At the pump, 1 minute. Come on. Give way.
Where's the mic? Hey, wait, I'll do it there. Where's the mic? It's okay.
Free VDM! Carry Ayabelo! Give us VDM! Carry Okawa! Give us VDM! Carry Ayabelo!
What are we saying? What are we saying? What are we saying? You can't be the thief. No! VDM stop anybody money? No! What did VDM do? What did VDM do? EFCC, what did I go do? EFCC, free VDM! EFCC, free VDM! VDM are the only person when they give us hope. VDM are the only person when they give us hope. I'm like, no, allow me to go also. APC government, free VDM! We want 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 VDM!
No matter how you feel watching all of this, there's something to remind you of. That very dark man and many, many like him, they are the creation of a failed Nigeria. In a situation whereby the citizens have been left to rotting away in a rotten system, right? Where dog actually eats dog, literally. So people would have to create, supposedly, create their own problem-fixing solution in this regard, including personalities. Nigeria created him. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Because in every generation, they call her, there will always be an outlier, the one that will end up probably being the what they call them, the motivator for his own generation. I mean, like you are witnessing right now. A broken system, a broken country, where the right of the supposed citizens doesn't exist. But in that same rotten system, they found a black Jesus that could actually really put pressure on the system that has forgotten them so much that they can still be felt. So it's a product of that failed system. Don't get mad at the guy. Get mad at the system. They abandoned their own people, treated them like, still treating them like piece of shit, right? That is what Nigeria is. It is a product of a failed Nigeria. When the country failed their people can always create their own alternative problem-solving, sort of like a system. Again, there are those whose argument is because of his personality. For example, there are some people who believe that he acts like he's above the law. There are those of you who have been so, I mean, I wanted to say, no pun intended, but out of respect, it doesn't really matter, all right? So there are so many of you that are really obsessed. I never really watched the guy per se. I had to do a lot of really check here and there, what people have here and there for real to be able to bring together this piece and the subsequent, the previous and the subsequent ones. But there are some of you who actually really know what he says, that you listen to him like, you have developed your personal judgment of him that's enough. But there are some of you who believe that he acts like he is above the law. He talks like he, you know what I mean? And therefore, he should be punished. Listen to this lady and also the counter argument after that.
Respect. See, you're fighting for the people. Fight constructively. VDM has cases upon cases on his head. Over 40 of them. And you think you can flout and walk up and down and nothing happens to you, what do you do? What does that register in the head of the average Nigerian is? We are lawless and you can just misbehave, and as long as the people are rallying around you, you do whatever you like. No! And I will say a big no, because it doesn't make any sense that someone of the stature, I'm coming. Do you know that for VDM to even post with 4 point how many million people to say the Igbo people are being looked down on, that whole e-money stunt, he can create a state of anarchy, right? Because he has following. He's lucky he was not picked up by the DSS. So let's stop these sentiments, and if we want a better Nigeria, the law is the law. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank
you. We are in Nigeria now, and we don't believe we are still in the military regime by this time. We need to wake up. Okay. Now, this is lack of accountability from the EFCC part. You can't come and sugarcoat this thing. We already know this guy as a public figure, the voice of the voiceless, like we all see it now. You carried this guy. It was alleged by different blogs that he was covered like a criminal, which we are not 100% sure of. Now it now allows people to see him. You did not issue a statement to the public, and you know that it's going to come up with agitation, and there will be riot and chaos in the society. And you have the country at heart, and you want us to be peaceful. In as much as we have a lot of problems going on in Nigeria, you want to add this one to be part of the problem. At this point, I just feel that they are trying to distract us from what is happening on the ground.
Why is arresting VDM a problem?
It is a problem.
Are you familiar with the issue of Malcolm? Let me tell you why it's not a problem, right? VDM's prosecution.
I kind of like that. They have this gathering where they bring topics and everybody will speak their minds. And yeah, make your points. Are you for or against? Did you hear the first lady? She said they are worried that VDM has millions of supporters. So, and from my own findings, right, it is like there are some of you who believe that his supporters, like they are very dangerous. I don't understand. I've been trying to, I've been trying to understand what does that mean. Like it's got 4 million followers, or it's got 2-point-something million followers on this platform, 4 million followers on that platform. Okay. And they are dangerous. How? Do you understand? Like, I have not heard anything about his supporters attacking anybody physically. It is like the same way that some of those who have phobias for the obedient. So what do you mean by the obedient are very dangerous? Say, you don't see them. Can't you see the way they are doing online? If something is not done, those people, if they can turn to something offline. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you have witnessed that the Thiefnubu thugs attacked and killed people for Thiefnubu, but there's no record of any obedient actually violently fighting anybody. There's no record of it. But because of the activities online, you have become so scared of them that you are imagining the millions, the 4 million following him online. The 4 million is zombies. Are you sure you are not just a jealous type? It's a question, right? So that's what the lady said. She said when he says something about the profiling of the Igbos intentionally by the system, she said that is an incitement that could trigger the, it could trigger something. So 4 million followers of his will now do what? So this is how they have always created, what's it they call them? Context. Let's create the context for why we are doing what we are doing. We killed 1,478 Shiites in a space of 3 days, and we buried them in shallow graves. Why did you do it? Because the Shiites, if we don't kill them now, they may turn to Boko Haram tomorrow. Oh, okay. All right. Is that why you kill women and children? Yeah, so that tomorrow they will not turn to Boko Haram. over 1,000 Igbos, young ones and old ones, have been slaughtered by Nigeria simply because, oh, we are trying to stop the IPOB from becoming a terrorist or from having the capacity to wage a war. It's a very good thing. Kill all of them. Yeah. Say, okay, it is Nigeria. You have seen all of that. You have supported genocide against people who have different views, different opinions, just because you feel like they haven't committed any crime, but before they commit the crime, let's punish them for the crime. Like they are doing with Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu. I'm going to actually make that one the next one. But here is other parts of people's reactions to this abduction of VeryDarkMan. Watch this.
Committed any financial crime. See, I have integrity when it has to do with finance. Nobody can come out and accuse me of fraud. But there's something about VDM's confidence. A lot of these people that are against VDM, they are fraudsters. Waiting they give this guy boldness now because of saying no big thief. I mean, who will get boldness for this life to go to challenge EFCC? Apart from somebody wearing hand they clean. I'll play something for you guys.
I know say EFCC go they wonder how I take find out, but like I said, I got eyes everywhere. And I get informants for everywhere. But call your Pekin, they never see touch a multi now. So you see how corrupt EFCC are. These people are very corrupt. EFCC are the most corrupt people. Like I said, 90% of them are corrupt. When they are ready to let me prove it, I'll prove it to them. VeryDarkMan defame EFCC, let's go to court. Let us go. I will prove it that 90% of you are corrupt. The corruption of EFCC has literally no limits. So basically now anybody where Thiefnubu they vest with or APC they vest with, now EFCC they go pursue. As they gather all my evidence, so at the one stage they hired the biggest protest against you. A lot of you are thieves. EFCC extorted them, allegedly. They obtain under false pretense, they do a lot of crazy things with that uniform. EFCC is not competent enough to say they want the whole person for fraud. They don't get that credibility at all. Say there's no agency in Nigeria where corrupt with EFCC.
So if I say the EFCC is useless, some of my guys go to say, why do they always attack this EFCC? I always tell them, say, they are not useful to us.
I know you people will be wondering how I found out, but here's the thing. The truth is that I have informants in your office.
So EFCC went to go and investigate the NGO account. You know, since I started to talk about EFCC, they don't witch hunt me, but a lot of people don't know. EFCC knows that I am the one with the highest integrity in Nigeria. They know these things.
Me, I love what the guy is doing. And this is a time where I will speak for him. And when he's out, I'll go back to my share where I did. One of the major problem VDM made was to always keep saying he has an informant inside the FCC. See, there's no security agency that will hear that and would not want to fish out the person with the cast their doings. They go want go through messages, they go want scrutinize a lot of things before they go free this guy. Have you asked yourself, why is EFCC debunking all the news? Or I'm gonna give us the real news. I'm not VDM's brother, I'm not his family member, I'm not even a rattle, but I bet my chest, even if they take VDM and go court today, and they arraign that guy, and judge hits, tell him say he's being jailed or sentenced for stealing or committing fraud and all that, something went wrong somewhere. They frame him. If everybody in EFCC is against VDM, there's a problem. Where are the good eggs in EFCC? Because all I could see is a guy, the only guy in Nigeria that consistently, with all boldness, hit his chest and was calling out EFCC. It only takes somebody of integrity financially to do that. There's a reason why this guy was arrested. They want to know that informant. See, if there's one thing I would stand for VDM for, is that guy never committed.
If we talk now, they go say, "Una be bigot, you be bigot, you be bigot." Imagine, what has VDM case got to do with tribal whatever? So now I see some of you Yorubas trying to make it look like, oh, VDM is trying to bring down the Yoruba race. How can one person bring down a race? I see many of you writing on X, on Twitter, rubbish. Now, yesterday, many of you were doing live video on TikTok saying nonsense. So instead of want to face the truth, we go bow now one by one day. We don't ever they face the truth. GTB Bank thief mama VDM money, and money lost from the bank. Now carry VDM go the bank, not because of Nigeria, not because of tribe, not because of anything. It didn't go there because the bank is owned by a Yoruba person. No, that was not why VDM went there. VDM went there to rectify the problem where mama gets with her account. And many of you here are victims of that. Even Sheon Kuti even said it on his live video 2 days ago that his own sister's money was missing twice from GTB Bank. Is Sheon not a Yoruba man? Is Sheon not a Yoruba man? Why are you guys trying to make this thing now look like a tribal thing? What did they always they worry now? Any small thing go kind of go try for this Nigeria. Oh, now brother, they presidency now, Thiefnubu. Better just share this country, everybody go their way. Everybody go their way because I'm tired of hearing this nonsense all the time. Any small thing, person know if you talk again, if you talk, say, oh, you don't like it because it's a Yoruba man, you don't like it. I still say you enjoy for this country, Nigeria, where me and you did. Are you enjoying the country? Is everything okay with you in this country, Nigeria? Let's be candid for once. Now, black man, I be black man problem. Now we be ourselves. Now we they do ourselves. We don't ever stand for the truth. We don't like the truth. Go and see. Many of your mothers are begging in the markets, begging to eat. There's a content creator on TikTok that goes to southwestern state, Yoruba state, to go and give your mothers, your grandmother. He goes there to give them money to eat. And you see the way they are so grateful. May God bless them also because they are not part of this you people's shenanigans, this Yoruba Ronu nonsense when they do so. They are not part of it. You guys writing rubbish on Twitter, making it look like an ethnic thing, say that they send VDM to come destroy. Ah, God Almighty. Ah, Marshall. No, the shame at all. No, the shame. Have you been to your places? Have you traveled home to go and see how dilapidated your houses are? How your poor mothers are suffering? Have you been there to see how the families are suffering? But you don't care. All you want to see is because, oh, it's my tribe. When it is Fulani go, they do their own. You go reach not on any tribe where anybody go want to defend their tribe. Oh, it's my tribe. For that reason, he goes nowhere. And you are suffering and smiling. Anyways, for those of you doing that nonsense, you better stop it. VDM is not a man of tribe or whatever. If VDM started this activism with an Edo girl, Jenny's Glow, his own sister, now he start this thing. He not look say because she be Edo. He face her. That is who we Edo people are. We don't do that your tribalism one and they do. No, even they teach us how to come they do tribalism. Edo person are very liberal person. We are very liberal. We don't have time for all those because okay, yeah, we are the first to be civilized. Maybe that is why. We don't have time for all those rubbish, whatever. Anybody we like, we support. We don't care whether you're Igbo, outside Yoruba. We don't care. But you these people, better take your time. Take your time. Don't make this thing a tribal thing. What's wrong with you guys? Is your head not working? Are you guys okay? Are you normal? Anyways, our people, they are in the street of Abuja. Yes, our gallant youth. May God bless all of you that has gone there to lend your voice to the voiceless. They are all chanting free VDM. VDM not small. Oh. Go see Abuja street everywhere. Lock, hold up everywhere. VDM not small. VDM not small. VDM don't lock down Abuja. Everywhere now go slow. They are chanting, give us VDM, carry Yaya Bello. Yeah, Yaya Bello is strolling down the street of Abuja. They work, they enjoy. Person will thief billions of naira. He's enjoying himself. Whereas the man will be say they help the poor masses. Una put them for inside, una sell. Free VDM EFCC. EFCC is a shame on you guys. Shame. Till now, I never see release I never see release any statement. GT.
The human institution of loveliness and kindness.
You finish work there, my sister. And that is that on VeryDarkMan's Day 2 protest. And they have also vowed that tomorrow, they continue tomorrow, they will. Right? Nigeria. We're going to stay a bit in that Abuja because the next story happened in Abuja. It is between Paul Eneche, he's a pastor of Dunamis International, somehow, I don't know, maybe the Holy Spirit tell us, I'm not sure, but somehow he delved into that, that territory, that arena that majority of them always avoid. The truth about this contraption, Nigeria. NHA was talking about the imbalance. According to him, we didn't even agree to this constitution. This is not people's constitution. We did not write this. Everything in this country is just so wrong. He spoke a lot, right? Then, an elderly, what do you call someone who is nearly 100? Because I know 100 is centenarian, Abi. Septuagenarians are those in their, those ones in their 70s, Abi? Who are the ones called the octogenarians? Those ones in their 80s. Help me, right? But there is a man who says he is 99 years old. He lived through Nigeria pre, during, and post-independence. He's lived through it all. I think they said he's 99, just a year more, and he'll be a centenarian. 100 years old man from Kogi. Give us a nostalgic, something we've heard many times. Possibly you've heard this as well from your own grandparents and parents. Maybe it depends on their age. Nigeria is a false creation. It was never created to be a country. A business arrangement that lasted far too long. Even the creators are surprised that it lasted this long. And now that it has now turned to a killing machine, country that kills our own people. A country that has a system that only shuns out criminals. A country led by a former drug lord. Come on. Something is just not right. And the people have no power. They have no power to change that. At least for now. NHA.
We agree. We. Some people agree on some people's behalf and put all manner of things to tie the destiny of a whole generation. Jehovah God will help us. Yesterday, someone sent me a clip, and the clip was a clip of how a man went to, I think, his village or somebody's village, and he wanted to go to the village, but they said, don't go, nobody is there anymore. He still went because they said, I think he wanted to pick your reverend father or something. Well, he went to the village, and the whole village was completely empty. Oh yes, completely empty. You see house, neat village, neat community, but totally empty. And he was complaining. What shall we do? What kind of nation is this? Say this clean village, this good village, everybody has run away. They are all refugees at the local government headquarters. All of them. So I sent it to a chief executive of that particular state, one of the leadership of the state. I said, I saw this clip. He said he has seen it. And he has forwarded it to appropriate quarters. I sent the clip to a man that I know, an aviation man, whose place is near that place. I said, I saw this clip. He said, oh, his village is like that. He says, sir, the painful thing is that this is farming season. And farming is what the people do for a living. But nobody is in the village to do any farming. Because of some devils. We want to pray. Whoever sold this land to these blood-sucking demons and their generation, there is nothing the blood of Jesus cannot reverse. Yes. I was talking with an old man yesterday. The man, he will be in the second service. I met him 25 years ago. He was 74 then. So you can calculate his age of today.
He's 99.
Yes.
And he's looking like that.
If you see him, he has not changed since the last time I met him 25 years ago in terms of physical look. He was telling me stories the role of colonial masters in where we are. Issues at the independence, and then statement that one of those big men made just 11 days after independence, 1960, claiming that this land is their own father's estate. I'm sure some of you have heard all of that before. And then very, very terrible things inside our constitution, where nobody sat actually to agree on anything. Portions that says that any Nigerian can move to any part of the country at any time. Now, deliberately put in some ways. He said to me, he said, sir, that constitution is a title deed for some of the actions of these people. It's like selling the land to them. We are going to pray and we are going to act in every way possible that God will help us. But I believe that Nigeria is too strategic in the whatever transaction predated our own existence, whatever colonial transaction existed. We are the generation that will say no to the devil. Yes. We are the generation that will say no to the devil.
Amen.
Papa is here. I didn't know you were in the service. Papa, can you come, sir?
Wow. Oh my God.
I was expecting you in the second service.
He's up this early. Up this early.
2000, the year 2000, I was invited to preach at a full gospel business men's fellowship in Sokoto. La Ajolore. That's who he is.
Bless you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, at the university, the government, well, I come from Kogi State, geographically part of the north. Sadhana made sure that anybody who had admission to a tertiary institution was given a scholarship. The scholarship covered tuition, covered lodging, covered feeding, 3 meals per day. And we had what was called Bulgaria. That was allowance. Okay. Like I told you yesterday, I got married when I was in university from my allowance. As a student, we had book allowance. If you went overseas, you had what was called warm clothing allowance. And like I was saying yesterday, what was Saddam using for money compared with the money that is available now, that some people, some governors earn more than 1 billion naira per month for security vote. Sir, my firstborn, I was at the university the year I graduated. My friend and I rode on his scooter. We left Ibadan at 12:30 a.m. and got to Ilorin at 4:30 a.m. on a scooter.
Security.
There was nothing to be afraid of. Because each region took care of its own children. Like I said yesterday, sir, that constitution is the title deed. The day it comes down and we have a constitution drawn by us, that's when we'll be free. Sir, it is like a company. Him, me, he decide to form a company. We have what is called Memorandum of Understanding.
Yes, sir. MOU.
Memorandum of Understanding in our own case here is called Preamble. It says, we, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, agree.
And there was never a time.
No, where did we sit to agree? God bless you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're listening.
So there's something about all this first generation of educated Nigerians. I use Nigerians because after 1914, that was when they named us Nigerians. Okay, sorry. I think they named us Nigeria, Southern Nigeria, I'm sorry, Southern Protectorate, Northern Protectorate on the 1st of January, 1900. Then in 1914, they merged us, and there was nothing called Southern, Northern anymore. It became the Nigeria that, you know, but if you go and check all those oldies, man, like the educated ones, so unfortunately, again, as well, right? I mean, it's something that I don't know if you observed it, okay? Even if you go and play the videos of some of these older politicians of the First Republic in Nigeria, their spoken English, their the choice of words, and all of that stuff is so unique that they stands out. That man is 99 years old, from what we have been told. And for that his age, he is more kind of like a stronger, still memory conscious, kind of, right? In that age. But yeah, that's one of those who lived through the formation of the lies. And they have watched generation after generation after generation being born into the contraption and called Nigerians. They were born into the sold land. Literally, right? And that is why when Nnamdi Kanu demanded that this contraption should be renegotiated, let the Igbos decide if they still want to be part of it or not. He said, if the Igbos goes into any referendum and voted to be part of or continue to be part of Nigeria, it will disappear. You will never see him again. It is a common, simple demand. This contraption is not working, but you are being forced to keep it. You have no choice to leave, because or else they will criminalize you. And to those of you who have been following this dehumanization, this injustice, this persecution, not prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu, well, the retrial is started, remember? And today is the second day of the 3 days of the last adjournment. The last time it was adjourned to yesterday, today, and hang on, today is 6, right? So today, tomorrow, and next. So what happened today when Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu, came to court? The exchanges, the witnesses, including the ones that are trying to force their cooked, well-cooked, but poorly delivered theory to try to say it was Nnamdi Kanu that gave the order to those who are being politically sponsored in eastern part of Nigeria while he was in detention of the same people that are prosecuting him. So I am going to kind of like read back to you the cross-examination between the Nnamdi Kanu's lead counsel and the second witness presented will transpire. But before then, yeah, here was Mazi in court today, Oyendu, and after as well.
Let me stand here. No talking. Ada nigga fe. Agabag. See. network is bad. So bad. I don't know. What the matter is, I'm live. Yeah? I think that's their new thing, yeah. I think that's their new, because there's no other option. Even they will remind you when it's about to be deleted, they will remind you. Yeah, they will ask you to download it.
He started his testimony after the introductory. The prosecution realized that they couldn't go on because the documents they wanted to rely on were not served on the defense. And indeed, the court doesn't even have copy. So the court agreed to their suggested adjournment for tomorrow so that the documents will be served on the defense. And even as upon the service, what will happen tomorrow is just for the examination in chief of PW to continue. And then we will take our time, look at documents, and then commence our cross-examination of PW2. Okay. But in the main, like I always say, it is moving on.
Kanu Agabi, the lead counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu consists of the following: Kanu Agabi, the lead counsel; Oyinyechi Benson; Okon Effort; Emeka Etiaba; Mena Haudu; Joseph Akubo; Uchenna Njoku; Pan Ejiofo; Maxwell Okpara; Chika Oduemena; Patrick Agazie; Mandela Umegborogo; Mary Francis Oji; and Uchenna Ege. Also, as reported, right, there is a member of the legal team. He is from Gombe State. His name is Audu Nunge, who is reported to avow that, he said, sorry, I'll take that again, who have admitted of his personal admiration for the IPOB leader and the movement, IPOB movement. So he vows absolute commitment in defense of his cause for self-determination. A member of his legal team from Gombe. But here is the supposed transcription of what transpired between the lead counsel, defense counsel, Kanu Agabi, and their supposed PW2, that is the prosecuting witness number 2. So credit for this goes to General Sonto. Keep it up, man, right? Here, the supposed exchanges. It's very brief, not like the last time. As he said in that video you watched, they intend to continue the cross-examination tomorrow. So here is the transcription of cross-examination proceedings between PW2 presented by the DSS, the Daura Secret Service, that now transformed to Dokwemu Stupid Service, DSS. Witness. Agabi, are you aware the defendant was charged for inciting the public to destroy public properties? Witness. I'm not aware, my lord. Agabi, are you aware that those charges were later struck out by a competent court jurisdiction? Witness. No, I am not aware. Agabi, are you aware that the defendant in furtherance of terrorism charge he was accused of to have directed the public to destroy government properties in Lagos? Witness. Yes, I am aware. Agabi, are you aware the trial judge struck out the charges? Witness. That I am not aware. And the prosecution party causing second witness to be cross-examined as well. And here is the exchanges between the supposed prosecution team, which is the Nigeria side. I said, do you know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? This is now the prosecution also questioning their own witness, cross-examination. Right. Said, do you know, and remember again, this is the people who want to jail him, those who want him killed or killed for Nigeria, questioning their own witness that they obviously have probably like tutored before this encounter, right? So word for word, the prosecution. Do you know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? So the witness, PW2, second witness. Yes, I met Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja at our DSS office where I was asked to question him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed group IPOB, and he also established ESN, an armed group. Prosecution. You told the court about a meeting held with the defendants. Go on, tell the court the setting and detail of the meeting. Witness. I have a letter from the Federation's Attorney General, and it should be distributed in court for appropriate reading. So note that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stated that he doesn't know witness number 2. And also remember as well that their witnesses, right, were testifying behind the screen, which means Nnamdi Kanu doesn't have to possibly know them or be able to even identify them. They are there to bear false witnesses. Don't forget that. So the line of questioning should also help you to understand, right? So they said it is for the safety and security of those witnesses. That is why they have to testify behind the scene. They won't see their faces. They won't mention their names. But like Agabi asked the first witness, are you aware that what they ask you to come and say against this man has been struck out by the trial judge? And he said he wasn't aware. Now let's continue. So prosecution, you told the court about a meeting, right? Sorry, he's already answered that. I have a letter from the Federation's Attorney General and it should be distributed in court for appropriate reading. So the defense-led counsel, Kanu Agabi, issues an objection plea granted by the presiding judge. According to the defense-led counsel, the letter being circulated in court was not included in the previous evidences brought before the court. So Agabi also stated that the prosecution party has since withdrawn the said subsequent letter from their former Attorney General office following a motion filed by defense of his client. So for that document being presented by Arumolo, that is the guy representing Nigeria, precisely. So the defense-led counsel objects that they have not received the document being distributed in court by the prosecution. So the prosecution party assures that they are prepared. You see, this Awomolo madman, he was the guy. It's the same guy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had to tutor about their own law in court in front of Brinta and Yako. I said Muritala and Yako. So in all, right, back and forth, it was agreed that the prosecution team now called for an adjournment to probably present or provide the copies of their supposed evidences to the defense team the next time. So the whole thing continues tomorrow. So the last time, this Mr. Omotosho, the judge, who is also a very much a corrupt person, by the way, you know, I don't know who is more corrupt between Omotosho and the other one, Binta Onyako. For those of you who know Omotosho and Wiriwike, they have actually like ran streets on Nigeria a few times. So I'm not really putting my real expectation in them, right? But tomorrow we shall continue to, monitor the retrial, which is the persecution. Now, I'll take a short break. I'll be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, you do I fall. Oh, Mary, Abakare, Mama Baora, Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri Mary Nnamdi bu onye du aimo o meri woni nizu mbiro ya Abakare mamanda ora unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri meri Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapuri meri Nnamdi.
I'll continue from that tomorrow. I wanted to say something, but I'm like, I'm not going to say it well. Can you imagine? But let us go to Arise, where Valentine Ozigbo, the guy who became sort of like prominent politically because of his closeness with Peter Obi and the obedience. The shocker came a few months back, see, up to like 3 months, when Valentine Ozigbo abandoned the same Labour Party, abandoned the obedient, and also let's go Peter Obi, then to join APC. Now, since then, they have actually shown Valentine Ozigbo, right, that he is a novice in the entire thing. He strongly believes that he got rigged out of the APC, Egbekegbe's governorship primary in Anambra State. This is a guy that went on to go and lick the ass of Thiefnubu. He went on as far as frustrating for Gandola, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano. In all, he only got just 1 vote in their supposed APC primaries. So people started kind of mocking him, but he's back to give the reason why he had to let go Obi, Obedient, and Labour Party, especially Labour Party. To him, is this a dying party? And APC is a necessary evil that he, as a good person, want to go in there and change. Listen to the clown.
First and foremost, do a little bit of check on some of the people talking, so you know what to pick from what they're saying. I joined APC from Labour Party, and I've made my case very clear. I didn't just leave Labour Party. I've made analogies of what I think about these parties in Nigeria. where the case of two knives in Ogina's house, where the one that is sharp hasn't got a head. The one has head is not sharp. And so you've got to do your checks and take certain decisions for the posterity, for the future. Labour Party is not exactly what people think they are. I made my case that, unfortunately, it's almost in its dying days. And over time, people are going to see this. You can see how a lot of people are leaving the party. And there's hardly any elected member of the party that I've spoken to that is intending to run for his re-election under the same platform. So Labour Party, for me, is in the past. I took a decision to go into APC, not because I'm here to justify all the actions of APC. I'm here rather as a catalyst for change, to say that if this is the only option we have today, then some good people need to go in there and become the agent of change. And I want to see myself as one of those agents. And that's why I moved. And when I moved, it became the top trendy topic of the time, or even up to this very moment. And so for anybody to say that I went into APC without supporters is laughable. As a matter of fact, when I was on a sister channel, I said to them, I was invited by almost all the TV stations to talk about why I moved. But Nicholas moved just a month before me, and nobody recognized that he even moved. Nobody did. So I went in there with huge momentum, and I'm already adding value to APC. A lot of people don't actually detest APC of the past in Anambra State. My moving into APC changed the trajectory. And here's the point I'm making here. There's somewhere these things are coming from. There's this allegation that, okay, maybe Mr. President wants Soludo to come back because he sees him as opponent of P2B, and therefore there's some understanding. And I'm saying to you, even if that is correct, that is an inferior proposition. Soludo must have gone to whoever and to say that, like they're saying now, APC is weak. His problem is Labour. And so support me in Abga so that I will come back, because you don't want Labour to win Anambra State. Okay, come on. APC is weak. Labour is strong. Who in Labour? Valentine Ozigbo. By me leaving Labour to join APC, APC is strong today. And the only time, and this is why I'm fighting this battle, because if you go to the real people in APC, they will understand the battle I'm fighting. I don't want this type of deal where Soludo is Abga in the afternoon and APC in the night. And so you create a confusion. You're not strengthening the party. You're not helping anybody. And so why don't we, if you want to be a man, be a man. If you want to be a woman, be a woman. If Soludo wants to be Abga, be Abga. Be proud of your Abga. Abga is in the past. I have made another allegation that I actually defeated Soludo in his Abga with PDP. Relatively, without state support, federal support, and I know what happened in that election. And that's why my own DG became his advisor a few days after my election. We know what happened. A number of people know what happened. If I am on the ballot, particularly on APC, Soludo is gone. He knows that. And that is why they will do anything. They will gang up as much as they can to make sure I am not on the ballot. But they're going to lose, because by the grace of God in court, I'm going to prove my case. First and foremost, do a little bit of check on some of the people talking, so you know what to pick from what they're saying.
Before I go on, let me postulate from the Franz Fanonian dictum, which stipulates that the dialectics of reconciling two conflicting ideas is the algebra of revolution. The overbearing intervention of the state government had further exacerbated oporombium and amounting to sadomasochisms. Acrimony and chaos in our community. It was a contumelious stratagem by political jobbers to siphon monies. We suffer what we call political axivia nunantorum. Conclusively, we are a microcosm of the issues in the Niger Delta in the macrocosm. Today, we as a people are stating, voxe populi, voxe Dei.
Dei, Wirepo Nigeria, Valentine Ozigbo has convinced himself that it is normal. That's the reason why it is never going to get normal. Normal. Yeah. So anyway, he said that Labour Party is a dying one, so everybody will realize it later. While the obedient, the obedient were after him, and they said, "Now your career don't die. Now the funeral we they do now, like that." Sure you get. So anyway, we shall see. Talking about decamping to APC, as everybody don't they go join now for those states, for this part, for that part, everybody they go APC, but for the people of Delta states, okay, to formally confirm the total movement of the entire structure of PDP in Delta state to APC. Their National Assembly members tendered their resignation from PDP, and then their acceptance application, is that okay, anyway, the acceptance of the application in joining APC, all done on the floor of the Nigerian House of Representatives this afternoon.
Barrister Victor O. The subject matter of his announcement is resignation of my membership from the People's Democratic Party. And the message reads as follows. This is to formally notify you of my resignation from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress APC. My resignation is as a result of the unresolved disputes at the national headquarters as well as the South-South zone of the party. This takes immediate effect from Wednesday, 30th April 2025. Please accept the assurances of my sincere regards. Signed, Right Honorable Barrister Victor. I also have another announcement this time around. I'm sure Honorable Victor is Honorable Victor around? He's not on the floor. Okay. I have another announcement coming from Honorable Julius G. Pondi. The subject matter of this announcement is notification of defection from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress APC. And his message reads as follows. I write to formally notify the Honorable House of my decision to resign my membership of the People's Democratic Party PDP and to henceforth align myself with the All Progressive Congress APC. This decision has become imperative following the unresolved and deepening division within the PDP's leadership structure, both at the national and zonal levels. The party's internal crisis has not only weakened its cohesion, but has also severely hampered its capacity to effectively represent the interests and aspirations of my constituents in Burutum Federal. After extensive consultation with my constituents, supporters, political associates, and key stakeholders, I have concluded that continued membership in the PDP no longer serves the best interests of the people I represent. Consequently, I have decided to join the All Progressive Congress APC, a platform I believe offers a more stable and progressive environment to continue my legislative duties. I wish to assure you, Mr. Speaker, and the honorable members of this House of my continued commitment to the legislative mandate entrusted to me by the good people of Buru-2 Federal Constituency. Kindly accept the assurances of my highest regards. Yours faithfully, signed, Right Honorable Pondi Julius Babojo, member representing Buru-2 Federal Constituency of Delta State. Is Honorable Pondi?
It is a long watch, but there is no point. It's just to have it, to leave it here, like have it on record. All right. Some of them said that, we are just the ones reacting that way because the political parties in Nigeria have no ideology. Don't let anybody deceive you. APC, PDP, the rest, they have no real ideology. The ideology of their party depends on whatever their candidate says. So you can't join any of their party and say, oh, they are sort of like attracted you because of their ideas. No. It's just, cash and carry, turn by turn kind of an arrangement, paddy stuff. And no wonder it will remain almost impossible to get anything done or even get chance to elect any real leaders, unfortunately. There's no ideology. If tomorrow, I've said that before, right? If tomorrow they declared your Peter Obi as president, let him just have just 3 senators, 10 House of Rep members. If they declared him winner, give him just 6 months, right? Labour Party will have the majority members in the National Assembly. It is Nigeria. All they have to do is all of them to take off whatever jersey they are wearing. Then, if it is this Al-Qaeda People's Congress, People's Congress, APC, or people destroying people, Papa deceive Peking on Peking deceive Papa kind of a thing, right? It doesn't matter. They will take it off, and everybody will begin to wear khaki and say they'll be labor leaders. You will see all those pot-bellied, overfed pigs that you called your lawmakers. They will take off all they are wearing. Quick. They will become comrades now. You call they see comrade Alaji Senator Otumba, or comrade Senator Honorable Dasuki. No, Dasauki. That's a title. It's not a name. Everybody could just turn to comrade. Before you know it, they wear khaki. See, Alaji, I think say now APC leader, APC care. We are transiting. This is PDP now. We are here to help Mr. President to fix Nigeria. That's why all of us are now joining APC. Within a year or two, there's a chance that out of the 360 members House of Representatives, you may end up having 340 of them as Labour. It is Nigeria. It is what they feed on. They have nothing else. One of them said, if you see some of their colleagues who were members of the National Assembly a few years back who are no longer there, so many of them can't even afford to feed their children, talk less of even paying their school fees. It can be that bad. So when the quality of those who represent your government are pure shite, so you can expect the quality of the leadership to be shite. In Scottish, that's a shite. It's a shite. In German, is that what you call it? Shite? Princess, what do you call it in Germany when somebody says shite? Anyway, quality of leader, quality of leadership. Unfortunately, under Boko Haram, everybody became so vocal, dreadful of having RUGA situated next to them, not in your state, not in your local government areas. Why should we give our lands to the Fulani terrorists or the Fulani others, as you want to identify them? Why should we give our lands to people who have their supposed private business, like every other business? So we fought, and we thought we won, until Thiefnubu came. Now, Thiefnubu has not only just created a ministry for these murderers to placate them, he has also earmarked money, billions of it, like Boko Haram did but didn't fly, right? He has earmarked money to pursue building RUGA for these terrorists. And guess what? In this AIT report, Plateau State that has been bleeding, in the hands of these murderous, criminals, terrorists, has now become the first state. Plateau State is not a Fulani state. There are Fulani Sharia states in northern Nigeria. Up to this moment, not a single one of them has kind of taken it upon themselves or taken it upon itself, right, to at least build a prototype RUGA for their own people. Fulani versus Fulani, they don't give a shit, right? But Muftang, in the Christian Middle Belt part of Nigeria, has become a pioneer. How much did, Bokuwari gave Devulumayi $10 million. He gave Oples Uzotingba $10.5 million. He gave Obaino, is that not the one in Anambra then? $8.5 million. There were many of them at that time that they gave the money to go and allocate land for RUGA in their state. Oples Uzotingba turned Osu to a war zone where the people have become refugees away from their land, orchestrated by their governor. He hasn't really won. He's still there, forcing it, but he didn't succeed that much. I don't know about it now anyway. But Plateau State, where we recently, just witnessed this massacre of innocent people by these terrorists, unprovoked though. Now they have land being graded for them in collaboration with the Thiefnubu, federal government, Plateau State government. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first RUGA situated in Plateau State.
The Wase Grazing Reserve, one of the largest in Nigeria, played host to the Plateau State launch of the Livestock Transformation Program. According to the minister, E.D. Meha, this reserve, along with others nationwide, is slated to become a central hub for modernizing the country's livestock industry.
Here we have come with a model that encompasses, apart from the housing for the families of the herders, there is also going to be massive cultivation of pasture. There will be a lot of development of earth dams for dry season irrigation of pasture, so that when the animals are here, they will have no reason to leave this place.
Concerns have been raised in some quarters regarding the program's potential for ethnic bias.
We are going to be involved in assisting those who wish to invest in massive pasture cultivation. Today, feed and fodder is not available to our livestock. They are stunted, the rate of growth is very slow.
The minister emphasized that the transformation is expected to revitalize other crucial sectors. These include the National Veterinary Research Institute, West Africa's sole vaccine production center, and struggling allied industries. A prime example is this Plateau State-owned dairy farm, which the state government is eager to revive.
This country is spending $1.5 billion to import dairy to this country, when we have facilities of this nature. Our intention today is to partner with the state government and see that this place is brought back to life.
We are doing a lot in reviving all the livestock infrastructure in the state. And by the grace of God, everybody will have his share, whether it is haram or it is halal.
To foster understanding and ensure participation, the ministry also conducted several interactive sessions with both farming and herding communities, addressing their concerns directly.
Problem of farmer herder that is entrenched through effective policy on agriculture.
Let there be peace, let there be dialogue, let us have peace in Plateau.
The concept behind the Livestock Transformation Program holds considerable promise. However, the willingness of communities to move away from long-standing traditions and embrace modern practices.
Plateau State have dairy farm where they have their cows housed. Fulani terrorists were killing people in Plateau State, women, children, and then they said it is because they are looking for a place to graze their cows. Like every other business, they have the right to buy land, build their ranches. But that is not what they are doing. Plateau State and Nigeria will put money together, take land from the indigenous people of Damangu in Plateau State, take thousands of hectares of land from them. Then they will now gazette the land, okay? They will now build homes, school, and other shelter stuff. Like they will build shed for these Fulani terrorists. They don't have to pay anything. They just move their cows in. The intention is has always been about land grab, land grab, land grab. So this is just like giving it to them without grabbing. I don't know how to kind of describe how unfortunate it is to be inflicted with terrible leadership, spineless, hopeless mofos as your leaders. Like people travel from the Sahel, because I don't get it. There are so many of you who are from Plateau State, as they have caught you, Abi. We have those of us who are from different parts of Nigeria. We have Fulanis in Nigeria. So the Fulanis in Nigeria, they must be from some certain states in Nigeria. So how can you leave your state, gather weapons, go after people, indigenous people in their homes, in their villages, on their farms, unleash terror on them, send them to IDP camps in their own space? They didn't come to your space. You came to theirs. And for peace to reign, we have to take some of their land to appease you so that you won't kill them anymore. That is the solution. So I don't know how to explain that to you. How effed up that is. I don't know how to explain it. But at least you can imagine it. Sit down there, just imagine it as a man. But this is like one effed up situation. How did they arrive at that? And the Fulani terrorists are not interested in sharing land. They want you gone. That is why when they kill even children. They kill babies because they do not want anybody to come back later and say, oh, I survived when you killed my parents and my grandparents for our land. I have survived now. I'm coming back to take our land. That's why they wipe people off. Totally. No mercy. People who have done nothing. Those who are supposed to protect them are making a deal with the devil so as for them to have what they call the temporary peace. Really? I don't know how to explain that or break that down for us. So I was talking about those they can pee earlier, right? Anyway, yeah. Is a road in Delta, one of the oil-rich states in Nigeria with highest revenue allocation to them every month. Yeah, after 25 years of democracy.
Sheriff is working when I know let me talk. When you talk, they won't use the power to block your mouth. Don't worry. Entrance of a Frusian. See, I not did this to the plan for 3 hours, 3 good hours. See, all the jollof, all the SS, where they will be talk rubbish. See, because of the people they shop for government. Entrance of a fruit when you want to worry. See, both sides of the road, no good. Because they do want to move bridge, give on another. They're like, Ghana is twerking. Ghana is twerking. See road. Everywhere is fucking smelly, bro.
The guy that was their governor for 8 years stole over 1.3 trillion naira. And then he was invited by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The guy made a deal. He joined the APC. The case dropped. Nobody's talking about the money he stole anymore. Rather, he did so well. He is the leader of the state, who is now leading the state to go and join Thiefnubu because they need to connect to the center so that Delta State can benefit from Thiefnubu. 1.3 trillion naira stolen. You will never see it anymore, ever. Except if he probably wronged them again and they decided to use it against him as a compromise. Lord Nisurugon. God is patient. You know that. And the reason why we have to make sure that, and the reason also, rather, the reason why you have to give me my flowers. You see, what I am doing is a thankless job. Nigerians suffer from what is called Stockholm syndrome. It is a chronic sort of sickness that is more or less like in people's genes, right? DNA, generation to generation. So Mayegun's diary political is so important that we can keep record, evidence, of things that happened as they happened and those who are involved. Because Nigeria is a place where they can change the story. And if you want to tell them the true story, then they will come for you because they will push the lie to bury the truth. Unfortunately, we were all here when Thiefnubu said he is so proud to have removed subsidy. Somebody is on TV telling everybody that it wasn't Thiefnubu that removed it. And they will repeat it here and there. They will give him credit for removing it. The consequences of removing it, oh yeah, it's not him, it's somebody else. This one is from Kano. This way.
Heavy lifting in this sense. I know you're a new entrant in that space as far as the ruling party is concerned. So you got to take the big hits on the show today. There's nothing novel about government inheriting a crisis. I hear people say this thing. Literally every government that has come, whether from the national or the state level, they always complain about how bad things were. Nobody's underrating how bad things were. I am very familiar. I understand a bit of economics, so I'm familiar with where we were as a people and where we are now. So I'm familiar with the numbers. Now, but this is a challenge. When people complain about their reality, some of the handlers of the president or some of the people who speak for him, whether it's party lines or the presidency, seem to say, we are giving you the assurance that this is going to work. And the problem with that is that they are not the first person. President Bola Tinubu is not going to be the first person as a president to promise us that things are going to get better. Remember 2014, what brought in President Muhammadu Buhari? Change. And it was literally a cult followership. Where are we? What did he inherit after 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari? So there's nothing new about making promises. There's nothing new about inheriting a bad situation. It's how you handle it that's the big question. So the argument seems to be like, people feel like the government seems to railroad us to the point of saying, look, you must accept the fact that we need to stay hopeful. But Nigerians are not accepting it. They want things to improve because their lives are difficult. Is that impossible to understand? Or do you think the president should change his mode of conversation so that we understand where it's coming from?
Well, I think from my understanding, we need to do a lot. This is one of my reasons of joining a ruling party. It is not my intention to join the ruling party, but because of the quality and the action and the inaction of our political gladiators, I think the best way is just to join the ruling party, do your own best to drag some advantage to our people, finish. From my understanding, there is need for us to put our hand on deck. Both the judiciary, the parliament, and of course the executive, civil society, and the remaining stakeholders. There are so many ways of doing things, but we close our eyes. We refuse to do so. We used to look into only what our leaders are doing. Yes, leaders are elected to lead us well. Therefore, they must find a way of providing a solution to our problem. But nobody can resolve or can take us out of our problem unless and until we identify the problem. I agree with some of your thoughts and some of the sort of my colleagues from Anambra. We need to do a lot. For example, fuel subsidy. when Mr. President removed the oil subsidy on that very day, yes, it is a policy of his party. The government of Muhammadu Buhari removed the fuel subsidy because it was not contained in the budget. The provision of the fuel subsidy, it is only from January to June. From that day, no fuel subsidy. What Mr. President or President Bola Ahmed Thiefnubu does is just to announce the removal of the fuel subsidy. Then what after? I want you to look into what state, federal, and local government are collecting after the removal of the fuel subsidy. It is almost times three. The last Buhari's allocation in May or June, it is not up to 700 billion. By now, it is almost 1.8 trillion. Therefore, the best way to handle this the situation is that after removing the fuel subsidy, we need to block leakages, stop wastages, and fight corruption to the stand still. If for any reason our leaders, our colleagues in the National Assembly, the executive, the judiciary, the other angles of the party are committed to block leakages, to stop wastages, to fight corruption, to reduce impunity to a minimal bearing, I assure you we will regain hope. It is only when there is hope, when people are hoping to get something good from the government, then Nigeria will start working well. But as I am speaking with you, there is very huge gap between the leaders and followers. What is the reason? It is not for the opposition, it is not for the ruling party. There is total vote of no confidence in
nuisance Lele.
It is smoke Igbo. It is taking them.
You make any sense out of all the nonsense he's saying, right? I couldn't. That's why I brought it to you. Because that's what they do. They tell people, I say, no, it wasn't him, it was Buhari. Oh, it was this, he only announced it, but he's also receiving credit to have removed it. Why can't you just stay in one place so that you stop confusing the thunder that will strike you, that will finish you, right? That will be mine, right? Finally, the ex-convict, Oji Uzokalu, has a message for Alex Otti, the Abia State Governor. Maybe you should listen.
I want to congratulate the proprietor of Raymond Stars for that wonderful piece they did. This is the first time I'm seeing a private company taking the National League. And honestly, I was excited, although I'm still tired coming back from China watching that match where Raymond Stars won. I congratulate them and I congratulate the proprietor. And I will soon join the owner of the Monster. You know, whatever I come turns to good. And I'm happy I will soon write to the governor of Abia State because the second team there is purely my team. I don't want to make trouble. I don't want to go to court. I will explain to the governor if it's possible he give me back the team because it's my team. I floated it on my own and everything. It wasn't a state government affair. And when the state government took it over, I kept quiet. And I would like to appeal to Governor Alex to give me back that team because it's my team. So they can go quickly continental and make all Nigerians happy. I will go and get the continental cup for them. Not only carry the National League. So it's expensive to manage a football club in Nigeria. But I hope that everybody will understand. And I congratulate President Thiefnubu for knowing the value of congratulating Raymond Star. Because anybody with conscience should congratulate Raymond Star. It's not easy for a private financier to carry that cup. And I congratulate him from the deepest part of my heart. And I will repeat the same thing. Just give me back that thing. And I will repeat the same thing. And bring the Continental Cup that have been very difficult for people to get here. It's only me that know what it takes to take that up. Good players, good discipline, practice, good coaches, and adhering to rules of the camp. Our players, we have the best players who even carry the World Cup, but these players don't adhere to rules of the camp. The present ego, super egos, can go places. I'm telling you the truth. But it's just administration that they lack. And I believe that they will still go. I don't want to talk about football. Today is not about football. Just to congratulate Raymond Stars. I'm with them.
You won't need a car to travel. You won't need an aeroplane to travel. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you'll be in London. Whether you believe it or not, the time is coming when you won't need a car to travel.
The time is coming. Elede will fly and all that. But give it to him though, because I remember when he was the governor of Abia State was when we heard about the Eyimba of Aba. And they went on to go and win the Continental Cup, which is the African Champions League. But a lot has changed since then anyway. But you Zokalu. So, brethren, thank you very much for your time this evening. Again, I'm sorry that we didn't take calls, okay? It's because I wanted to finish early. I had this little migraine there. It keeps going back and forth, and it's not that serious, but I thought I should rest it. So I'm going to see you some other time. But listen, if you are still here with us, remember to like the broadcast before you go, okay? Like the broadcast. If you have liked it, don't do it again. That means you are canceling your like. So like it, share it, subscribe to my channel, and don't miss the next time I come on here, right? Good night. Hang on, I'll say good night, everyone. Odaro.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number 1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. bá rúfin o. Máyégún mami. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún mami. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Máyégún mami. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún mami. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún mami. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o. Ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.